Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Bi Guys Buy One Bi Guy, Season 8. We're back with Part 2 of my interview with RJ Aguiar. Part 1 was last week. You like this new weekly format? We'll see how it goes. Not much else to say today, except I hope you enjoy the second half of our chat. I had a lot of fun chatting with RJ. One thing, I was going to save part of this interview for Patreon only. I said that last time. And the Patreon subscribers had access to it early for a week, but because I didn't plan this episode as a two-parter, it ended up being a little short when I divided it into two. So as a bonus, I'm giving you everything, even the bonus content I say on here, it's for Patreon. But today it's for everybody. If there is stuff you would like on Patreon that I'm not already doing, please let me know. I would like to make it worth your while to help support the podcast so you get some little behind the scenes stuff. So let me know what you're interested in seeing there. You always get early access and full video episodes, plus some bonus clips here and there. And I'll try to have bonus content from each episode moving forward as well. I just wasn't sure I was going to split these episodes into two, which might happen a couple more times this season because I can't keep my conversations to under an hour. They always end up going longer, but I like the episodes to be a little shorter. Anyway, here is the rest of my interview with RJ. And stay tuned next week. We got some awesome interviews coming up. Lewis Oakley, Mark Cusack from Not Defining, my friends Vera and Leroy, who host a bisexual podcast from Amsterdam. It's in Dutch. I was on it in English, but they mostly speak in Dutch. Anyway, they're awesome. I'm excited to have them on. So stay tuned for this season. And now enjoy Two Bi Guys Buy One Bi Guy with a bi stepfather, RJ Aguiar. Okay, so the stand-up. So
Sure.
I've started doing stand-up this year, very focused on bi stuff and poly stuff, and it's been wonderful. I'm enjoying it a lot. I have no idea exactly why I'm doing it or where it's going, but it's really fun, and it's fun to get feedback and perform and write and like actually make something quickly and not have to wait years to see it through. What's your background with the stand-up? I know you've done it before and you are thinking about getting back into it.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Well, it just sucks that like I was starting to really find my sea legs right before the pandemic, and then all that went to but it was doing like the storytelling shows first, like doing Don't Tell My Mother, which I was sharing the stage with already with stand-up comedians. It was such a blast, and especially that first performance where I was specifically telling a queer story for a mostly straight audience. It was just such an unexpected light bulb moment for me that it was just like, oh yeah, I really want to do this some more, because it was a way. So many, especially straight audiences in the stand-up space love like the shock laugh, right? And you'll see like certain comedians just get more. Yeah. Whereas but now I'm, talking about trying to bottom for the first time and it going wrong in spectacular fashion, and having the audience just like get that same reaction, but with something that was queer. It was just really cool because it was one of the few times that I could lead with queerness and it wasn't something I had to apologize for. It was something I could just come on stage and be like, I don't want to spoil the story if you want to look at it, but it's Don't Tell My Mother, RJ Aguiar cock blocked, and it is a true story. It is a true story.
Okay, we'll put it in the show notes. But it is addicting, isn't it, to get those laughs and get a reaction and know that the audience cares about what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, and part of me also really wants to start disproving all of these butthurt straight guys that are like, you can't make fun of anybody anymore. You can't when it comes to comedy. And it's like, first of all, shut up. But also no, I do agree that stand-up comedy needs to be a space where we can talk about things that we don't normally talk about. But the difference here being that I use my sense of humor as a means of coping with some really dark shit. And so that's where I want to be able to really destigmatize certain things by being able to just like talk about them and to be like, okay, we're all adults here. So, hey, let's, guys can make rape jokes. Let me tell you about the frustration of having a hot rapist, because God damn it. Like, what I objected to was the timing and not necessarily the act, motherfucker. God damn it. It's being able to really, break down some of those barriers. Obviously, I have to workshop that material. That's definitely not.
There's something there. There's something.
Sure, but that's the goal. The goal is to be able to really like, okay, y'all have shock value. Let's let's bring some shit out into the open that you're too afraid to confront, because I do think that if that's the ethos of your comedy, is forcing people to confront specifically if you're coming at it from a space of being marginalized, that is how you get away with it. If you're undermining the power dynamic, if you're undermining the
the joke shouldn't be on the marginalized thing.
If the punchline is about the power structure or the predator, if if you're making fun of the person who's in power, who's doing the oppressing, that has always been the purpose of comedy. And so like the reason you're hurt and you can't make fun of anybody is because you're in the position of privilege, motherfucker. So, maybe it's time for you to step aside and to give more people with different perspectives a chance.
Agree. If you go to a lot of open mics in Los Angeles, as I have been doing for the last few months, you meet a lot of butthurt straight guys who think they can't joke about stuff. But I think what you said makes sense. And also another difference is that, like, I think a lot of comedians they think of a topic and they try to make a joke about that topic, and they skip step one, which is you actually have to have an insight that's personal, that you come up with, that's real, that's authentic to you. Like, what's hard, for example, if bisexuality is my topic, what's hard for me about that, or what's scary, or what bugs me about being bi, and then make it real. You have to actually say something that's true to you, and then the joke comes after that.
Exactly. My example, I'm like, it's always like being trapped in the end of an episode of Scooby-Doo where they're always trying to go like, aha, like it's like, so if you're really bi, have you also dated women? When was the last time you had sex with a woman? And they're just looking for a reason to go, he was really just a gay guy the entire time. And I'm like, if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Yes, indeed. Us buyers are like are trapped in Scooby-Doo all the time.
Yeah, and then sometimes you just want to rank the 7 dwarfs by dick size, and that's just as fun.
I feel like Dopey is number one, probably. I don't know.
Of course. Look at the ears. Look at the
ears.
He's got well, first of all, look at the way Snow White looks at him, because she has not, until Prince Charming, she has not seen another man her size. And also, like, Dopey is hung like Barack Obama. Look at the ears, right? And smallest, Grumpy, obviously. Come on, like, it's.
Yes, exactly. No, that makes perfect sense.
Like, it goes. I'm thinking it's Grumpy, Doc. Then it goes. Let's see. Sneezy.
This is the important content that we need on this podcast. Ranking the dwarfs by. Sorry, can I say that? Okay. By dick size. Keep going. Is dwarf?
No, I think that was all. Yeah. Oh well. Oh God. Yeah. That's true, because they're not. Yeah, the live action, they're not dwarfs anymore.
They're not. What are they? 7.
I don't know.
People?
Okay. I don't know.
Well, okay, we're canceled now.
Yeah.
A lot of these straight guys will come up to me after an open mic, and like they're always into what I talk about like cruising and like getting covered in cum and like sucking dick. They always think it's shocking and funny, and sometimes they'll come up to me after and they'll be like, dude, you're bi and you're poly and your wife is trans, like your story's so unique, you're gonna get booked everywhere. Like, they're jealous, and I'm just like, obviously, why do you think I started sucking dick in the first place? Like, I'm career focused. That's why. This is why I did it, to get ahead and stand up.
It was the long
10
game.
years ago, when I first sucked a dick, I was like, someday I'm going to go to open mics and kill.
This is going to do wonders for my stand-up career. Yeah, that's exactly why I do it.
Yeah, that was why I did it. So to those straight guys, I just think if they're feeling left behind and out of the culture, they should try sucking a dick. It's important work.
100%.
And if they need help, I'm available to help, to support.
Well, I'll take it one step further because I'm always, well, the way to straight men is through straight women. And I'm like, my whole thing is like, ladies, you want your dating, sex life, etc. to improve tenfold overnight. Do not let a man inside of you until he has been fucked. Do not like there is, first of all,
yeah.
Nothing will disabuse someone, a man, of his machismo bullshit quite like getting p-stimmed so hard that his voice goes up an octave. Okay, like there is no better cure for toxic masculinity. There is no better education on stroke game, rhythm, like all of that than having to take a dick yourself and going for the first time. Oh my God, slow down. It's not a rate. Oh, that's what my high school girlfriend was talking about. Yeah.
Right. I know. You want to go fast, but you need to ease into it. I like P-stemmed. I never heard that abbreviation. That's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Does that work? That comes up often enough that you came up with the abbreviation?
I wish I came up with that. No.
P-stemming. I'm going to put that on my list of likes on Sniffy's. P-stem. Is that
there
a
you
thing?
go.
Can I say that? Okay.
Well, no, not unless Sniffy's is paying you. There you go. No free promo. No free promo. We should be institutionalized.
For the amount I talk about Sniffies on here, they really should be advertising or sponsoring this episode or something.
And I don't even have an account. That's the weird part.
You don't on Sniffies?
I don't.
Oh
I don't.
How do you see a map full of dicks then? Where do you go when you want to see all the dicks in your neighborhood?
My DMs.
On a map.
Not on a map, yeah, but
you can see them visual. Like the Sniffies app is just because you can put dick and now like you can put NSFW pics on there because it's a website, not an app. So the map is just a sea of dicks and assholes, kind of like a Trump rally.
Ah, look at you workshopping material.
Yeah, I was trying that one out. It's not. It does. It always. It's not my strongest, but I like it.
I'm always like, eat it, don't be it. Eat ass, don't be an ass. Eat pussy, don't be a pussy. Eat dick, don't be a dick.
I like it. And more people should eat ass. I mean, I feel like a lot of people do eat pussy and dick, and like we're good there, but more people should be eating ass, don't you think?
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite things. It's literally
to do it or to have it done.
Yes.
Or both. Yes. Yes, and that's a bad question for a bisexual person. Which do you like better? Like,
come on, you should know better.
50-50, right? You equally enjoy them both.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can you assign a percentage on your? Jesus. I think we've lost the plot. We've completely lost the plot.
We are running out of time, unfortunately, and we have so much to talk about. We're gonna have to have you back to finish the eating ass discussion. So let's try something. Maybe we'll edit it out. Maybe we won't. But I'm obsessed with Las Culturistas. They do a segment called I Don't Think So, Honey. We can't really just steal their segment name. So I don't know what we should even call it. This is the first time we're trying it.
Never mind. It's taken two.
But keep it. Bye, babe. I don't know. I don't know if that works.
No, that's it. We're gonna say bye to something. We're gonna say bye to something this week.
Okay, lovely. So I don't know if you have anything in your head, but I'd love to give you a minute to rant about whatever it is that is bothering you these days that you'd like to say bye to.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah, I'm starting a timer whenever you are ready. And this is RJ's Bye Bye Baby. Your time starts now.
Okay, it's time to say bye-bye to this demure trend, all right? Don't get me wrong, I'm glad that the creator of it can afford to, finance her transition now. Love that for her, but let's talk about how the demure trend is rooted in respectability politics. Let's talk about how being demure and being cutesy and being mindful is catering to the tastes of straight people. Is catering to heteronormal normativity. It is discouraging people from letting their freak flag fly, which is what Brat Summer was supposed to be about. What the fuck happened to that? No, forget demure. I want to
30
rub my
seconds.
queerness in the face of every hetero person. I love the word faggot. I love just using it right in front of them to watch I can hear the sound of their assholes clenching. I love going to my regular hetero ass gym in a crop top and just watching people's jaws hit the floor. Fuck being
Uh-huh.
demure. Fuck being
10
cutesy.
seconds.
I mean, I want to be as loud and obnoxious as possible. I want to be I want my queerness. I want to wear my queerness on my sleeve at all times.
Time's up. Amazing. Time's up. Beautiful, lovely. Wow, what a bye bye baby. The very first bye bye baby on Two Bye Guys.
Yes. Are
Wait,
you
is this
kidding?
so okay? So wait, this is like a specific creator started this demure trend. I missed that whole.
Yes.
What is
Yes.
that about? Tell me
She
briefly. Tell me about that because I agree with you, but I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, no. So it was started with a TikTok where she's just like, let's talk about how I don't have my chochas out. I only show a little bit of cleavage. All right. I dress for the job the way I dress for the interview. Very demure, very mindful, very
Ah,
cutesy. Um, which again, I support her. I support her journey. And actually, some of her other posts have actually been really funny because she's like, see how I only disappear for 3 days because of depression? Very demure, very mindful. I'm like, okay, that's funny. But like it was one of those things that just caught on like wildfire. And as it caught on as quickly as Brat Summer, but was like the opposite ethos. And I'm like, I'm sorry, no, I can be demure when it's cold outside and I have to bundle up, and then we can be, coy about stuff. Like, but
yeah,
it was one of those things that now everybody is like trying to like rinse and repeat because it's such an easy trend. This is it represents in a lot of ways also the TikTokification of social media, which in many ways is kind of the final form of the transition from social being the operative word in social media to media being the operative word. Because now, you look at TikTok, and look at social media before. Like, you were incentivized to be much more of an active participant in
uh-huh.
the social media that you consumed. You commented, you participated more, and that was also how you found new content. Because when you followed someone, you didn't just see what they were posting. You saw who they were liking, who they were commenting on, like what they were engaging with. And so social traffic actually funneled through social networks in those days, whereas now you are turned into a completely passive observer. You don't have to think at all beyond just, do I swipe my thumb or not? Do I maybe
Yeah.
double tap? Leave a comment? What is this? Oh my God, so much work. Unless like something really pisses me off or triggers me enough that then I have to start, posting in all caps in the comments. Like it completely takes away um it takes away a lot of your agency as a viewer, and it just puts all the power into the algorithm, and also just incentivizes the most just easy rinse and repeat model for people to then just kind of regurgitate and pretend that's culture. And
Mhm.
so it's not like, I'm a child of the internet. I love a good meme, but the purpose of a meme back in the day, God, I sound old, it was like poetry. It was like poetry in that you wanted to distill something in the most succinct, snackable way possible, right?
Mhm,
Whereas
mhm.
now it is just about like, okay, fill in the blank here. Blank, very demure, very mindful, and it's just about like the repetition of it. And yeah, like there's it's gone too far in that direction as far as I'm concerned.
Interesting. I agree. I think we're all too demure, even though I didn't know about this meme or trend. But and to each his own. If you want to be demure and wear a lot of clothing, fine. But we should
Oh
also
yeah,
be
yeah.
not
Modesty,
stigmatized
yeah.
to wear less of it, especially at the gym. That's a good place to wear less clothing, or on a
Yeah.
podcast. Some people used to wear a collared shirt for their podcast in season 1, and now they might want to wear a tank top, and that's okay, and that's to be
It
encouraged.
is. Yeah.
Sells,
I mean,
right?
modest. Yeah. Well, hey, there's a quote somewhere: "Modesty empowers some, promiscuity empowers others. It's not up to you to decide." So,
I love
yeah,
it.
I of course am doing my internet hot take for the purposes of the segment, but like,
I love it.
anyhow.
Lovely. Cool. Good one. Good. Thank you. Good job starting us off. Okay, I have one that I would like to rant on for a minute.
Dude, oh my god, can I time you? Let's do this.
Yeah, please.
I'm gonna pull up my stopwatch. All right.
All right.
Robert Brooks Cohen, what is it that you are saying bye to this week? Your time starts now.
I would like to say goodbye to people who never, ever pay for porn. No, bye. No more not paying for porn. I was just
Yes.
hanging out with someone this weekend, a straight man, who told me that he has never in his life paid for porn, ever. No, bye. Go away. No, pay for some porn. Like, so many people do this, and I was part of this for some time in my life before I came out and stuff. They never pay for any of their porn. And you don't have to pay for everything you watch. Maybe you do a mix. Maybe you try out some new things for free on Pornhub and whatever. But don't
20
pretend
seconds.
like porn is not a big part of your life. You love porn. We all love porn. You watch a lot of it. It does not grow on trees. Performers need to survive. If you're
10
only
seconds.
paying by watching the ad-supported content, you're only supporting the big studios. Support some porn performers. Buy some OnlyFans. Follow RJ on OnlyFans.
Fuck! Right there at the buzzer. In
And
snaps. Our host showing us how it's done.
Thank you. A lot of these people, they don't know what they're missing either, because it seems like a lot is available for free, but there's stuff that you might like that you don't know what you're missing that's being created by an individual. And you should get on alt Twitter, and you should find that, and then you'll find where the OnlyFans are. But it's all this like getting off on the preview and not paying for it. Bye.
Hey,
I don't think so, honey.
No, I like bye. Like bye. That's brilliant. It's brilliant, especially because it's two bye guys. So bye. We're going bye. That's it.
Bye, babe.
It's so right, but it's like I remember being when you're young, right? When you're a teenager, sneaking at sneaking your little previews or whatever. Yeah, I agree. I can totally see when you're broke and young being, okay, just watching the free previews, getting off on the free previews. Lord knows I can come in 60 seconds because of a free preview. But yeah, it is the more, especially nowadays. You're right. You want your fair trade organic, homemade stuff.
Exactly.
Vote for your dollars. Vote with your dollars.
Exactly.
I should say.
Yeah, your money is your speech and your support, and like you don't have to like give them tons of money. You can subscribe for $10 for a little while and see what you like and sample different people out.
Netflix and Hulu and Disney are all jacking up their prices. So right now, like my subscription price is less than all of them. All right, all I'm saying.
Exactly. And if you're paying for a cable bundle and not for a little OnlyFans, your priorities need to adjust a little.
Do you want your hard-earned dollars to buy another yacht for fucking David Zaslav or fucking Reed Hastings? Fuck no. Like, let's help some indie creators pay their fucking rent.
Exactly. So good. This has been Bye, the new segment on Two Bye Guys, where we rant about stuff. Thank you for joining us. Beautiful. Okay, I want to ask you a few rapid fire questions for our
Okay.
Patreon subscribers, just a few, and then we'll wrap it up.
All right.
And then you'll come
Hold on. Let
back
me get
because
my.
we had other stuff to talk about and we didn't talk
I
about it.
know,
But
dude. That was a two-parter because I wouldn't shut up. So.
maybe I'll throw in one of the topics we didn't get into here. Okay.
There you
Feel
go.
free to not answer this, but this is our special bonus content. What's
Cool.
your like hottest sexual experience recently or ever, either in your personal life or since you've been performing?
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! God, that's hard. I mean,
They're all so fucking hot.
I mean, phew. Well, I will say a recent sex party I went to with my partner was quite the blast. It's been one of the highlights of the summer. Although as far as collabs go, I'd say my favorite one thus far was a 4-way we did with Persian Prince and with Kyle Michaels, who are both incredible behind the scenes. Like, they're so lovely, such nice guys. And it's so funny how I'm like, oh, now that I know you're a nice guy, I want to suck the soul out of your dick. Yeah, great.
Nice guy
That
dick
is,
is the best to suck.
it's the best. It's the best.
They're so appreciative. I mean, I say they, like it's not me. I'm
It's
so
also
appreciative when it happens.
it's also hard. It's true. Yeah, it's also hard because I'm like, there's so many ones coming up that I'm really looking forward to too. So,
Mm. Are there any
mhm.
like fantasies you've always had that you have not yet lived out that you would like to someday?
I have still not been part of an MMF threesome. This is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Uh, like,
I'm
no,
frozen. My screen isn't frozen. My face is.
no. I'm like, how long is it gonna take until we remedy this situation? There's especially okay. This I'm really gonna put this out into the universe now. There's a Christian and
Manifest
Cassie, I
it.
think are the names. Christian and Cassie are these two creators who I love to watch because they're specifically devoted towards double vaginal penetration. And every time I see one of those, video previews, I'm like, I want to do it so bad.
Hot.
I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that.
Hot, hot. Well,
Uh,
okay. A year ago, I was in your boat. This was something I was always interested in and
are you
never
gonna
had the
flex on me?
chance.
Are
But
you gonna flex on me right now?
I will say that I've had a few opportunities this past year that have been amazing. But a
Mm.
number of those opportunities happened at BFF this year. You need to come to BFF next year. Have you heard of BFF?
I have
By Fuck
heard.
Fest?
I. It's funny because I didn't even know what BFF was. I've just heard it in passing, and it was one of those where I'm like, I don't know what it is, and I'm too afraid to ask at this point. So,
Well, I can get
don't
you
know.
an invite. And I was actually
Please.
invited by a listener of this podcast. And I went to my first BFF in June, Palm Springs, 250 bisexual people, maybe like 60-40 men and women, and a lot of couples. And a lot of the couples are looking for the third man. Like it's the rare place where a couple isn't looking for a woman to be the third. They're looking for a man to be their third, or 2 or 3 men to be their fourth and fifth.
Oh my
That happened once
god.
with to me. There was a husband and wife, and then 3 other guys that she wanted to enjoy her body while the husband was sort of watching and participating. That was fun.
I'm really glad the camera's angled up right now. Like, holy shit, that sounds amazing.
One of the hottest things that happened there was she was sucking my dick while the other 2 guys both ate her out at the same time. So they were kind of making out with each other while eating her
Oh,
pussy. And so I was watching that while getting my dick sucked by her, and it was very hot.
yeah, you need to start recording this, man. Like, I don't know, like, like,
I was like,
dude,
this would make a lot of money if we were
not you,
filming this.
not you putting me to shame because I have yet to shoot any of my collabs with women yet, but that is coming, and we do have. I mean,
Yeah.
luckily there is a collab coming where we are, we're going to work with a female creator, and my partner's going to join in the mix, and that's going to like that. I'm
Cool.
really, 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 really looking forward to. That's going to be fun.
I was gonna ask how by your stuff is currently,
Yeah.
or where you want to take it. So that's cool that you're gonna move toward that, hopefully,
Yes.
and maybe you'll get to do the. This is the thing of like living out your fantasies because you're making content.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good excuse to create an MMF
The
threesome.
perfect. It is the perfect excuse. But like, there's so many. What else? Oh, Durden is another creator who I know is also like married to a woman, and he does a lot of like gay content too. But he also has a woman partner who he also does content with. And I'm like, I want to join. Yeah, please. I love how that's a common complaint that I've heard from bi people too. Of like, I hate it when guy girl couples are always trying to recruit me, and I'm like, that happens to you, because that doesn't happen.
Yeah, yeah. Complaining
I
about
want
like
to
my dream,
do it.
my
Yeah,
fantasy. I am
that's your
okay
privilege.
being objectified a little bit if the people doing it are hot.
Yeah, that
I'm
was. Oh my
fine
god,
being subjectified or objectified or
that's a
whatever. I don't.
that's a Michelle Wolf one. Yeah, where she's like, yeah, you want to guarantee you'll never get me too? Just be hot. And I was like, ooh, that's not true. Also, but it is. That's not true, but it is funny.
Yeah, no. Well, tell us the truth though, RJ. Are you really just doing OnlyFans so that you can have an MMF threesome finally? Is that the whole game here?
You found me. Shit.
I figured it
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling podcast host. Like, yeah, you found me. No, I mean, it is like
Amazing.
it's also an excuse for me to get more involved in the kink space too. You know,
Uh-huh.
it is somewhere where I've played, and thankfully I got to share my first like really kinky scene with someone who I have me and my partner have done a lot of exploring and playing with behind the scenes first. Haskell, who's a very, very good boy. And
I'm a
yeah,
fan
getting
of
and like
Haskell.
very, very good.
I've been
And yeah, like
following on Twitter for a while.
yeah, like it is the stuff he is able to withstand is just mind-boggling to me. But at the same time, it's fun being able to like have a hard day and to have someone at the end of it just ask for you to beat the shit out of them. And I'm like, all right, let's do. Daddy's got some pent up rage. Let's do this.
That is a funny way to describe a porn performer. Like they can put up with taking a ton of shit or whatever you said.
Yeah, no. He's
Yeah.
I'm astonished. I'm astonished at like just what and I've seen him take even more like extreme shit than even I'm willing to inflict on him.
Yeah.
He's so impressive in so many ways.
Wow. Cool. I love it. There's so much more we could talk about. We could do another episode. I think that we should another
All
time,
right.
and we'll get into it more. But
Mm-hmm.
we're at our time limit. I'm trying to keep this thing manageable these days.
Yeah,
Did
I
you know I
got
had
you.
to read 10 books last season? I read 10 books to do 10 episodes. It was great, but it
Jeez,
was
yeah.
too much work. So now
See
I'm
how
only
we're
going to
keeping
interview
it.
porn. Now I just watch porn and then get on the interview. It's much easier for me.
See how
And
we're
it's
only see how we don't have to read as many books. See how we're keeping it to time. Very demure, very mindful, very cutesy.
yeah. I'm just being authentic and following my authenticity. And like reading is hard, and masturbating is not hard. And so I choose to masturbate instead of read. And so sue me.
It's funny though because I
Well,
am reading a book where that is letting me do both at the same time. So, anyways, we can talk
ooh,
about that
you're
later.
writing a book. We can start. We tell us
No,
that, and then we'll
I'm
end.
reading a
What
book.
are you
I say
writing?
I'm reading.
Oh,
I say I'm reading a book.
reading a book. Oh, okay. And it's like hot, and
Yeah.
also it's reading.
Yeah,
How
The
does that
Emperor and the Endless
happen?
Palace, written by a friend of mine, but is also
Oh,
quite
cool,
good, so far at least. But
cool.
it's a gay smut novel that takes place in 3 different time periods. In Yeah, and it's just so far it's been a really, really cool read.
Lovely. Cool.
Mhm.
Well, pick it up, check the show notes to find out all about RJ's stuff. I would love to have you back because there's so much more we could talk about. I had a list of stuff. We
Mhm.
got to like 3 of those topics of the list,
You know
as
me
always,
by
but
now. You know, you know how I roll. Okay.
I do. And we didn't even get to everything about the porn. So, we'll have to get back to it. Oh, okay, here's my last question. You said you would never do certain things and then like
I
porn
know.
and then now you're doing it. So what I would like to ask you now, what is something you would never do so that next time I can
Oh
ask you
God.
about doing how you're doing it?
Doing it. Oh God, yeah. Like, I've never ever, I'm never ever gonna make 6 figures a month, peddling this smut content. Never, ever, ever. I'm never gonna
Yeah,
make it
no, wouldn't want to do that.
into. I'm never gonna make it into a 6 or 7 figure tax bracket doing this. That's never gonna happen. I
Okay.
will never. That's never gonna. No,
Okay.
never, ever, ever.
Great. I mean, you don't really want that. That's like too much. So I
Yeah.
get that. That's off
Mm.
the table for you. It totally makes sense. And hopefully next time I'll ask you how that's going.
Yeah. Buying property,
Cool.
I could never. You know.
Yeah, no, no one. We don't want to buy property. No.
Building equity. I can never do that. No, that's never gonna happen.
Lovely, lovely. Well, it's been great talking to you. Let's hang out in person. Let's do this again.
Please.
And thanks, RJ Aguiar, for being back on two. Bye, guys. Buy one, bye guy with one by stepfather.
Jesus. We're stone cold sober doing this too. This is the fun part of like, could you imagine?
Were you sober for this? Because I didn't tell you
100%.
you should be really high and drunk like I am for all my I forgot to send you that instruction. I apologize.
Damn
I was
it. Damn
also
it. Damn
drunk
it.
when
Damn
I
it.
sent the instructions for doing this podcast. So okay, that's my bad. I apologize that you were sober for this. Okay.
I'm kidding. What is okay? What are we doing? I don't
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Totally
Yeah.
kidding.
Oh,
Totally kidding. Um, but by the way, we should talk about mushrooms next time because that's my new favorite drug and it feels connected to
ooh.
sexuality and exploration, and everyone should do mushrooms. Okay, but next time.
See, this is why, like, yeah, like, even if you want to bring in a rotating cast of recurring second guys, I do think it could be good to just like forget interviewing people about shit. Like, let's shoot the shit about
Yeah,
psychedelics. Like,
stuff.
that's
A
yeah.
rotating cast of second guys is like my sex life. I'm
Who's that?
married to a woman, and then I have a rotating cast of second guys or
I
other
feel like
guys.
that's also that has to be and as far as relationship configurations are concerned, like that's got to be pretty ideal in terms of like, you know.
Honestly, I think there's a lot of bi men married to women. Most bi men are married to women, but they want to explore
Mm.
with other men, but they're more romantically attracted to women. And the situation I'm in, I think, is very desirable for a lot of people. Not to
It's
toot my
true.
own horn, it's difficult to work out and it's not always easy. And there's a lot of
Oh yeah.
considerations and negotiation, but I do like where we're at. It's not bad.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny though. Maybe that just is it's speaking to my experience in the sense of like I do feel like couples who are of like a mixed gender identity are, they face certain challenges just due to having completely different frames of reference. In terms of how they
Yeah,
they sort of navigate the world and different mindsets and different
yeah,
thought patterns and stuff like that. So
yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah. Again,
yeah.
a whole other bunny trail. Jesus Christ.
Whole other, and that's what I'm doing my coaching on. I'm coaching a lot of these bi men who are married to women. We'll have to get into this next
Yeah.
time, but I do think that more women should let their husbands have sex with other men.
You should
It would
every
usually strengthen that relationship. I want to write a book that's like, let your husbands fuck other guys, please. That's the title.
no, do not let a man inside of you until he has been fucked. I will die on this hill.
Yeah,
I will fucking die on this hill
yeah,
because like
yeah,
the way the song A Whole New World is about doing anal for the first time, number 1. And
yes,
the way your mind expands the first time you do it successfully, you're just like, "Oh my god, I thought I was coming before, but now
Yeah.
I'm coming the way she comes with my
Yeah.
whole body.
Yeah, it's a very
Oh.
different type of orgasm. I did not realize until it happened that you could feel that. Yeah.
Oh,
Shining,
okay.
shimmering splendor.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't you dare
It's
close
like
your
being
eyes.
on a,
Hold your breath. It gets better.
it
Every
is
turn
like
a
being on a
surprise.
magic carpet ride. Yeah.
There, it's I have a whole I have like several bits I want to do about Disney. Like Disney invented furries.
That's a good one. That's a
Disney
good
created
metaphor.
furries. Disney
I love
the
it.
Disney is single-handedly responsible for creating furries. But that
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'm adding all this to the list for next time. You'll be back. Okay, women, let your husbands have sex with other men, especially have them be penetrated. It will benefit you in the long run.
are we still
And go
are
check.
we still in the recording portion? Because I feel like no, we're off the rails now. We're off the record. We got to be off the
I don't even know
record.
how to edit this. I don't know what to do with it. It's
No, we're
great,
done.
but
This has
we're
been
done. Okay, I've ended this podcast
yeah.
5 times, and now for the 6th and final time, thank you so much for being here, RJ Aguiar. This has been 2 Bi Guys by 1 Bi Guy and 1 Bi Stepfather, and talk to you again soon, I hope. Bye-bye.
You better. Bye.
2 Bi Guys by 1 Bi Guy is produced and edited by me, Robert Brooks Cohen, and it was created by me and Alex Boyd. Our new logo art is by Caitlin Weinman. Our music is by Ross Mincer. To help support this podcast, visit patreon.com/Robert Brooks Cohen. You get early access, bonus content, and full video episodes. Visit robertbrookscohen.com to learn more about my coaching, my book, and my stand-up comedy. And thanks for listening to 2 Bi Guys by 1 Bi Guy.